some of the couple of rudiments. We did the single stroke roll, and then we did the mama dads. So we just did that as a short warm-up. We're gonna go through the rudiments again, but we also have some of this stuff to look at. So if you wanna, I'll make a screenshot of this and post that so people can see it, and then we're gonna discuss it. So I just notated all of them on here that we all did. So just show that real quick. I wonder if it shows up backwards. Oh no. Anyway, probably not. All right, so on the very first one, jump, zut, 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 jump, zum for and. A little extra and. That's nice. So if we were going to count that out rhythmically with the new numbers, right, it would be 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, press and. Okay, so that was good. And there's a little flam up there and another little flam up there. So when we notate flams, that grace note is actually supposed to have a little slash through it. Notice that he did notate that the main note here and the grace note's on the opposite hand, so that's cool. Okay? So that's usually how we do it. Some also you'll see in some notations you'll see like little ties to them too. I don't usually do that. It depends on the notator, but I don't do that. I just don't do that. All right, so let's look at the next one. The next one has some other interesting items in it. Triplets. So that would be triplet, let's see, here's a beat. Triplet, 3 and 4 and brrrr, no, sorry, 3 to 4. All right? Yep. Triplet. Now I like the idea that if the funny thing is this, triplet, that's the rhythm that most of the rolls that we're doing are. Triplet. It's quicker than that because the roll movements are actually in 30-second notes. Triplets. So this would be bop 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 to plop. Right? And this, how long is that roll? It's 3 beats. We do have a roll that we know that is 3 beats long.
25.
The 25, that's what we start out with, right? So there's a couple ways you could notate this. One way would be with
all the way over, right?
with a half note to take up that space. The other way would be tying together 2 quarter notes, all right? So the other way would look like freaking things. Would be 3 slashes and all the way over to that, all right? But they're both correct. It's cool. The next line is a roll, a couple of quarter notes, triplet 16th to 8th note, a couple 8th notes, triplet to a 16th to 8th note, quarter note, and then brrr. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, triplet and 1 and triplet and 3 and 4 and. Is that what you had written? I think so. Better change it. No, I changed it. How about that?
You like your
Jump. Oh, no, that's right. I had that right. I just didn't have this tied together nicely. Dun, dun, tickety dun, dun. Burr up. Cool, man. So what kind of roll is that one then?
It's
That
13.
very first one. So we'll put that 13 above there.
Yeah.
So anything we can do to tell the reader more about what's happening, the better, the better. So there's less, and that's
So
a
7.
7.
Mm-hmm.
My military 7s. Bum, 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 bird, bum, 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 bird. Okay, I like it. So what's different about this notation here that you see, first of all? One major thing right off the bat.
No triplets.
Even more elementary than that.
You can't tell what change it is.
Can't tell what Chan's done,
Oh, that's right.
so we don't know. So we would normally have that notated up and down, okay? So if there's the in non-pipe band notation and non-basil drumming notation, like this normal notation that would normally be written like this, actually. And it might have rights
R and L.
and L's underneath possibly, right? So that would be one way. I mean, I'm not negating the way you notated it, because you did a good job and you spent the time, and that's the way to do it. I mean, you could say, we're gonna start with the right, and you can say alternate all the way through. I mean, that's one way you could say. So there's some interpretation still, though, that you have to decide yet. So a couple things we still need to decide is this roll, which is a quarter note row. We know that's a 13, so we're gonna tie that right over. That's gonna roll over the measure. Oddly enough, this is the only one that had a movement that rolled over the measure,
Yeah.
you know? Which, as we were saying before you got here, we were doing another one, and we were saying, oh, this sticking's kind of cool, man. Well, that's not what we wanted. A lot of times, by mistake, you come up with stuff that's pretty cool, you know? So, in one case, you know, maybe we don't. I mean, in orchestration notation, there are oftentimes you do not carry over to the next note. A gap between it, you know? Not in ours, so we're not gonna do that. All right, so we got 1 and a 2, and then we have that notation of that 21, what did we say it was?
25.
25. Which was up there. There's the other notation of the 25 stroke rule. Now, this doesn't end anywhere. I think it, you know, it
Just
would
do it
end,
forever.
it would just end, we'll just say that there's a repeat sign that's going back to here, so we'd end back on this right. All right, so if we actually did this, let's see if this works out, sticking wise. Right, oh, it does. Oh, it doesn't. Because we end up on the left and we release the roll, but that's okay. Just, again, really nitpicky stuff, you know, that's why, that's why we're doing this, you know, so we can understand. But, what's that?
I said, it's okay, like mine was fucked up too.
Oh, yours was in good shape, yeah, I liked it. So now we got a grouping of 4/8 notes, a quarter note, this is just one measure, it's not two. And then 3 E and, or something and then something and. So what is, if this is supposed to be 4/4, we've got too many. You know, we've got too many quarter notes going on here. Got 1, 2, 3, it's equals a quarter note, 4, there was a fifth one there. All right, so I suspect,
It's 5 4 10.
I suspect you, yeah, it's not, there is a pipe tune that's 5/4.
Oh, no.
By the way.
Oh, my.
Good.
It's an oddball you probably never played. No, I forget what it was, there's a 5/4 tune. It's not that one. But I suspect what you really wanted to do was this. You wanted to make that first grouping 16th notes. Take it 1 E and a 2, 3 E and 4 E. And again, the same thing, we'll just say, we'll start with the right and alternate. Okay. So, again, I would not normally notate that way, but I mean, that's just an answer for it. So we want you to do the notation left and right, okay, above and below the line. You know, really good, man. Let me put that up here again so we can do it. We're not gonna memorize them, which is just a study of craziness. Thank you. That's all it is. I can't take a screenshot because my phone is freaking, whatever, it's doing its thing. Really good, really good. Anybody get through looking at these cadences, this massed band cadences?
2 to 4, but
The 2/4?
first page,
The first, yeah, I've done the first, not worried about the second page at this point. You have 6/8. You guys are playing 6/8 probably, you have 6/8 marching?
We do not.
Well, then we don't have to worry about it right now. But we will eventually, I'm sure.
We need one.
Yeah, it's got a certain swing to it. So this 2/4 cadence, this one here. Jumper up, so we have bumper up, rum, bop, 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 bop. Let's play that first measure. together. 1, 2, ready, and go. Oh, good, okay. So let's make this meaningful. While we play that one phrase, phrase with two measures. How do we make it meaningful? Well, how do you make it interesting? I guess is a better word. How do we make this more interesting? We're not changing anything as far as what's being notated, or we're just gonna change it in the way we're going to play it from a dynamic standpoint.
Accents.
All right, if you look at other accents on 1 and on the and of 3. Now that's a bit of a surprise because you expect it to go that's a normal sort of cadence, but you do not expect and that's what makes it interesting. That's what, about it. That's about all that's going to make it interesting at this point, you know? Not this, in the fact that it's a powerful sound because we have 5 strong players playing together. I mean, that's another thing that makes it interesting, as opposed to one person, right? So, okay, here we go. Ready and go. Yeah. 1, 2, ready and go. Okay, so in order to make a sound difference, you need to be, and on a drum especially, you need to be very dramatic about the differences in the volume to make it come through. It just doesn't come through. It just doesn't happen. It just comes off as ba ba ra ba ra da 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 da. You know, because drums are loud. So to make them soft, it's hard. So we're going to concentrate on playing the other beats that aren't accented as quiet as we can, even to the point where the execution might be bad right now. Okay? Until we get used to it. Okay, let's try that. 1, 2, ready, and go. In. What happened?
I got an extra one in.
Oh, that's okay. 1, 2,
Overachiever.
ready, and go. Okay, now we're starting to get a little bit of a sound now that it has some intrigue, a little more intrigue to it. Okay, as we get more comfortable, it'll get more intriguing. 1, 2, we're ready, and go. Okay, not bad. But you want to do some more? Just go ahead and play that phrase if you would, sir. Okay, right. You're playing an extra note, right?
Yeah.
So let's just. Very good. Okay. Okay, try again.
No.
Da 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 da. Kind of like a little wall sound to it. So when we do reps on that, when we do repetitions on that, the idea is that we should all be adapting to the sound that we're going toward, trying to adapt to that sound we're going toward. Now, what is that sound we're going toward? Well, right now it's what I'm doing. So you're going to focus on me. If it was someone else playing lead or instructing, whatever, you'd be trying to adapt to that. So try to focus on that and try to make the sound the same. And when we talked about ergonomic movement, don't just doing the same thing I'm doing. Let's play that in meter though. Let's just forget about the waltz. That was way too much fun. Da 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 rest. Da 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 rest. With the accent on the beginning of it. Ready, and go. In. Rest. Good. Okay. Very good. Let's try the whole measure again. Bum burr chump burr. Ba, 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 ba. 1, 2, ready, and go. Okay, so what's the hard part about that? Playing soft 7-stroke rolls. So we play that 3 times, and then we do the ending. Chum, brr, pop, pop, bum, bum. Okay, so the accents are important in the ending here now. The ending being the second line, the last measure. When I refer to, sorry, the last 2 measures, when I refer to the ending, it usually refers to the end of the part, the ending of that part. Okay, in this case, it's flam, chugga chugga chum, bum, bum, bum. So that's the ending there. Okay, let's try just the ending part. 1, 2, ready, and go. Yeah. Goes back to 1, right? Now 1 is a flam, so those that are playing flams currently, play the flams. If you're not playing flams currently, work them in for next week. All right? If you're not, we're going to go over flams again because we just introduced those. So I want to get into these a little bit before we get into anything else. All right, so let's play all 4 measures. 1, 2, ready, and go. So the main parts of the sound of this is the accents, right? Just the accents. All the rest of the stuff is just, everything you thought about before is the meat isn't the meat. If you've played something like this before, you know? It's not the meat, because the meat just comes out on its own. It's being complicated, you know? Just gotta accentuate those out, so that they're out there. All right, part 2, which is measures lines 3 and 4. Brr-up-dum, brr-up-dum. And then it's the same. Jop-der-up-der-zut-dak-a-dak-a-dak, brr-up-da, brr-up-da, plop, brr-up-ka-ka-oo. Ka-ka-oo, ka-ka-oo.
Let's remember that one.
So second part, 1, 2, ready, and go. That's all right. Where are we, right? Where are we, right? You know where we are?
Right here.
Yeah,
We
second,
finished.
yeah, we just finished it. So that roll, what is that roll? 13? Right-handed 13? When we were talking about. Camera shot. Or this one. The little. Okay? So ease into that first buzz. That's good. Good. As if you have to think it's like almost like a little crescendo. If you think of that, it's quiet at the beginning. It's in time. First buzz comes on 1. It's just not down on it, just not down on it.
I was trying to see if I could do it that
Oh,
way.
you can do it. That's not a problem. That's normal, right? To come down. I mean, that's what we want to do. We want to do that naturally. So I'm like trying to fight that. I might do the same thing. I have to handle that all the time. Just a natural thing to do. All right, so let's combine all those for the second part now. So we're going to start at line 3 and play to the end of line 4, okay? 1, 2, ready, and go. Okay, then we would repeat. Okay, just to add more confusion and things to think about, there's one more aspect of pipe band drumming notation that I haven't shared with you, or I may have mentioned it briefly. It's what's called unisons or seconds. I call them unisons. And what it is that if you notice each part's repeated. First time through the part, the lead drummer plays all. And the chord players only play the bracketed areas up top. You see the little brackets up top? that shows where the first time through, where the corps players would normally play along. And then the second time through, everyone plays. All right, so I'm gonna play, for now, play the lead part, because this first time through. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch around, have other people play the lead part, so that everybody gets a chance to do that, all right? So we'll play it just once through, so not everyone's gonna play. We're not gonna play second time through, only the first time through, so just in unison, so
And we're gonna play the bracket.
you're gonna play the bracket part, right?
And you're not repeating anything.
I am not repeating, we're just playing the unisons only. Oftentimes within a corps, when you're practicing, and you're practicing unisons, you wouldn't play the whole thing. Let's just play unisons only, stop. Let's play unisons again, stop. Now let's play both times through, unisons and repeat. So the reason that we want to stop in between, because we don't want to connect just unisons. Later on, we want to connect the whole tune together, which it comes quick. But this evening, you'll all be, both these tunes will be playing unisons and back and forth and so forth. He's like, what? No. What? Okay, so I'm just gonna go right into it, and you guys are gonna come with me in unison. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the flam too, right? Second line. Okay, try again. Bastard.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
I know, I did. No, I do with most scores. If I'm a corps player and I want to work on unisons, I'll take a highlighter. I'll just freaking highlight the unisons because it gives you a nice visual cue. Because there's little things like that, and there are other ways. There are other arrangements that have unisons that are more complicated than this. These are pretty standard. Like we play that whole bar, but some unisons might be more like this. This is just an example to this score. Got it. I mean, they can be more complicated. And when you get into other things, there's some really cool things you can do with unisons. And again, that creates interest. More interest. That's why if you watch a pipe band, if you're watching a pipe band and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing all this stuff, there's a lot of things to sort of, oh, something happening there. And there's things happening all the time. Grab your attention, Sometimes it's visual stuff,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes it's visual stuff. Like we used to do this when I was growing up, playing in a traditional street band. That jump, we did in and out. Every time we'd go in and out, we'd have to salute. We never did this one.
Okay.
We did this one. I think it's pretty straight still. Isn't it relatively straight? I mean, I'm not looking. I had to practice that to get it straight, Like as a kid, it's like this over here. This was like, yeah, you get used to it, muscle memory. So, I don't think anybody, I'm thinking maybe the Gordons still might do that. I think the Gordons might still be, the Gordon Highlanders in Buffalo.
Yeah.
I think they still do in and out, like saluting, at least they were, unless they've changed it of recent. So, I call them, because that's what my grandfather played. Like that's what I learned from originally. And, but they haven't changed anything since then. So I call them a reenactment group. And I mean, I love it, I do, but it's like, oh my God, it's the same stuff that I was learning when I was like 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. I have the music still, I have it, it's called gobbledygook, but
Carrying
it's the way it was, it's the way it was. Got through. So anyway, there are other things you can do. You watch the Old Guard does a lot of visuals. I mean, they do a lot of fancy stuff, DCI stuff. If you look at Old Guard, 15 years ago, maybe, it'll be a lot of traditional movements, a lot of saluting, this stuff, just really clean looking stuff. I mean, really
Just
clean,
simple.
militant looking stuff. It's good things. But many pipe bands are doing any of this or anything, any kind of marching stuff. Other thing we would look at would be if you're looking for inspiration for that kind of stuff, would be the British I wanna say Corps of Engineers, or it might be the Marine Corps band, it might be the Marine Corps or the Engineers band. They do a lot of really cool visuals, and quick, back and forth, and if you got like 6 people doing it,
Looks good.
it's pretty cool, yeah, it's pretty, and it's good.
And really, if you have like 5 or 6 people in line, even if you do the simple stuff,
Oh, it's,
it,
you know,
Start.
yeah, exactly, yeah, I encourage it,
right,
when I can, you know, it's just another thing, you know, that you have to learn. So we usually start with that, and you say, okay, we're gonna put some visuals in, we're gonna do some, you know, we can do that. That's sort of- But that's a history lesson, history 101, Scottish pipe band drumming 101, history course.
we've got to do things like that in our band, just a couple of little movements
Yeah,
in the line.
yeah, it's good,
Yeah.
it's good, yeah, it's good to do it, you know? And if you have followers, like people who are, you know, come and see the band regularly, if they see that and they're used to it, they'll want to follow it. Why aren't you guys doing that anymore? You lost an arm.
Arthritis.
Yeah.
Arthur did it. Arthritis. All right, so let's go back to this again. You get to play through it, and the rest of us will play unisons this time, all right? So just the first part. Now, I wish they had done this. And you can screw it up, you know, and we'll continue, don't worry. One thing that happened, I'll just, one more quick story. Not a story, but another anecdote about pipe band stuff. How you think, if you're on parade, you know, and this is hardcore, unfortunately, it's hardcore. If something happens and one of your other players just like sort of gets lost and starts to drown a little bit, just let him drown. Because the band must go on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Best example, my youngest was interested when she was really little about learning how to drum. So I was playing with Fade North at the time, and I have a picture of this. We had a parade in Brighton, and we started where the eagle was. I know where the eagle is. If you've seen that, there's a huge, might be cement or bronze eagle at the beginning of their parade somewhere. Anyway, so we took some pictures with Rachel underneath the eagle's claws and stuff. You know, it was that big. Like it was like almost like the Hobbit when the eagles come. It was like that basically. You come and grab them. You know? But anyway, so she's all set. She's got her first act drum kilted up in a Fade North kilt and the whole bit. She's got a Highland sweater on, and we start to march off. I said, honey, just play whatever you want to play. You know, just stick, keep up. So we start. Drum falls off of her. Band goes. And of course, she's like, we're gone. So Kim grabbed her and went to the end of the parade to pick us up.
See you at the end.
She's like, are you upset? She said, no, she really didn't want to march anyway. And I mean, she wasn't going to make it the whole parade. I knew that. But it was pretty fun. So that's the most rudest example. You know, me trying to help her. You know, hey, where you going?
See you at the end.
Bye.
Yeah.
Sorry. More trauma.
Sorry. Roll it into the counselor.
And it happens in high levels too. So we had in grade 1, we're playing up in one of the contests in grade 1, and we go from the Straspe, into real. And the guy next to me was like playing a completely different reel, and he played it for like the whole part. And we were just ignoring him. Everybody else was like. He's not with us. Yeah. Where'd you get that kill? You know? So and he realized it like partway through, and he was back in the second part. But that's a kind of brain that we have, you know. That he was so. This is it, I'm ready. And he's just like, oh, oh shit. So it happens all over the place. Anyway, okay. So it's your turn now. But first of all, you've got to count it off, so we know what tempo you're going to play it at. I would suggest somewhere around about that.
So something like just 1, 2, ready, go. Is that
That's
acceptable?
perfect, man. I love it. However you want to do it. We like your style.
So 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and go.
Nice job. Are you ready?
Wow.
You wanna go, let them do it first, then you'll get a
Yeah, you
couple
better
more,
go.
okay,
Better
we'll do a
go.
couple rotations here.
Couple more.
I know. You know, you should have faith that you're gonna mess it up. I mean, do
Right,
well.
right, exactly. I'm there.
You want to think about not
You
that,
can
just,
do it.
you know, I know he can do it too. Yeah, he just needs a little bit of time to get his confidence up on it, right? And he may need his reading glasses too, I'm not sure.
No, I got it.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
I'm just, you know.
I'm just the opposite, I can't see shit over there. I'm perfect up here. Great, I'm so lucky that way. All right, then we'll go ahead, Tommy, why don't you go ahead, and then we'll come back. Nice. All right. This time? Okay, we'll continue on. Not a bad thing, it's all right.
Oh, it's okay.
All right.
You got it?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, okay. All right. 1, 2, ready, go.
Nice, nice. And you, I like that idea to put that last beat in there.
It's in there.
I know it is. I didn't play it. I think it is part of the repeat. That's all right, because the phrase ends dum, bur, dum, dum, dum. Cut that, bur, you know,
It's the-
but,
It's
yeah.
the cover
Cut
for the
that.
next one.
Okay, it's forced through it here.
Okay.
I'll count it off for you. 1, 2, ready, and go. Chop, that, nice. Nice job. See, you should have confidence in the fact that you're gonna do fine. It's just your brain that's
Yeah.
trading tricks on you. Because if you're thinking, not thinking about this,
Yeah.
and you're thinking, I don't care what it is, I mean, I'm not talking about like busy stuff and work stuff, I'm talking about like thinking about, am I gonna make a mistake? Oh, I don't think I know this, you know, that's taking up space. You
Yeah.
know, that's taking up space in your brain.
Sure, sure.
So that focus of, I'm just doing this, I'm right here, right now,
Yeah.
only, and the heck with the rest of what's going on around me, all the distractions that are happening, you know?
Yeah.
That focus is can come in handy. Also comes in handy if you want to forget things too. If you want to block something out, oh no, I'm just going to do this here. I mean, super focus. That could also be a product of ADD, attention deficit disorder, right? I know I have it. I could hyper focus on something. I lost both of my remotes today because I was so freaking focused on, I was doing a bunch of work, getting ready for a show this weekend, a symbol show up in, I don't know, it's near Buffalo somewhere. I'm gonna do a rock and roll fair or something like that, sell some symbols and stuff. Anyway, so I was getting, you know, I'm getting relaxed before I go to the lessons, you know? How's my remotes? I can't find any of them. They're gone, underneath the couch. I'm sure what I did, is I was working on something, I was like, I watched the news, turned it off, I put it somewhere in a pocket, or I'll just put this in a special place.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always the last
You'll
one.
never find
Where's
it.
that?
Check the fridge.
Oh, that's a good idea, I should check the fridge. I mean, I check the boxes that I've already packed, because I packed like 4 boxes ready for the show. Where the hell is it? So I had to watch YouTube, put it on, just turn the TV on with the little button. I gotta find something, just flip it on this little button that, you know, you can like, okay, I can watch
I've been down the
YouTube. That's
YouTube
it.
hole quite a few times.
Yeah.
I'm watching this.
What's happening? I watched Wilfred on YouTube. But it wasn't the Wilfred from the US, I've never seen it.
I've seen it. That was good. The one with the
I'm
dog.
watching, I'm
Yeah.
watching the one from the original one from Australia.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
It was freaking weird. It's
Yeah.
different than the other one.
Yeah.
You know?
I couldn't get into it. I can't, it's like The
It's
Office,
bizarre.
the British Office.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't get into
It's
either. It's
different.
just different.
All right, so second part. Okay, I'll start out with the lead tip through this, and then we'll do the second part. Same thing. 1, so I'm playing lead. You guys will do unison. 2, ready, and go. Good. Little tricky unison there. Okay, it's your turn. well, we don't know when to start.
Yeah.
Of course, it doesn't really matter, you could just start.
Sure.
Because we don't play at the beginning. If we were playing together at the beginning, then I would probably be very kind if you could turn it off.
Yeah.
But you don't have to now, we should be able to.
Just start, we'll
I
catch
guess I'll let you guys in on a secret. 1, 2, ready, and go.
You think, Mike?
Oh, we're gonna go around again.
Okay,
Save the best for
now,
last.
yeah, that's right.
1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go.
Sorry. See what happened there? I wasn't thinking about what the hell's happening right there. I went, sorry.
Damn remotes.
And I'm like, well, I didn't have to say sorry. Well, I just worked out.
It's a remote, that's right.
This is not gonna be published with children only, so, because we've all been swearing, so it's gonna have to be adult content.
Usually I'm the one with the
This
podcast.
is the
We
adult one.
just, we just let you drown, that's all.
Yeah, this is how we drowned, yeah.
We all turn our backs.
Well, that's perfect. That's right, that's right. You're not with us. What happened? And then it's like, I'm so sorry that happened. It's like, oh my gosh. Listen, what are you gonna do? You know?
It's over.
We've got stories about that too, unfortunately. Expensive ones, like $30,000 mistakes.
Of what?
Well, you spend $30,000 as a band to go to Scotland,
Oh,
and then someone does something like, what? It's never happened before, why did you do that, you know, or whatever, you know? Let's blows attack, or freaking let's trailing drones at the end, I mean, stuff that you shouldn't do, I mean, it shouldn't happen. This is not, you know, you've never done this before. Oh my God, terrible. But, what are you gonna do? 7 minutes. Just 7 minutes, that's all. All right, so let's look at the second one, this 4/4 mass band thing, and we'll go through this, the phrases that are being played. In this particular one, there's there's two measures that we need to learn. Jumper, umper, rump, chump, ticket-a-dump, right? And then the other one is jumper, umper, rump, bump, 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 bumper, rumper, rut, da, 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 da. Okay, so let's do the first measure of the 4/4 mass band cadence. 1, 2, ready, and go. Yeah, ticket-a-dump. So that ends triplet, yep. Okay, so we do that 3 times in the ending. Let's look at the next new phrase, which is the beginning of the second part, which is the third line down in the 4/4. Jumper, rumper, run, da, da, and da, da. Swing it, as they say, swing it. 1, 2, ready, and go. Yeah, so it's right, left, right, left. And I, for some reason, want to go right, left, left, left.
Yeah.
What's that?
Gallop.
I want to go double left. Someone decided that it was better not to do that. Someone was high up, way up there. Said, yeah, okay, swing back and forward. Anyway, so let's do the whole first part together, all together, okay? So going into this, 2, ready, and go. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
I'm like,
You're a chameleon.
You always
know?
wanna get that last one.
It's like, I want to get in.
So I'm like,
Father's
sure,
Day
I'll
too.
jump in
Get the
there.
last
Oh,
word.
no, it's too late. So
Play it down here.
Here's what I would do. I go, oh, okay. So I know the end is coming up. Chum. I'd do that. I don't know where we are. Just play the ending, okay? Okay, so let's do that again. Okay? First part again. 1, 2, ready, and end. see. Ba-da-da-dum. Tune's over, thanks for stop.
And just one little-
Da-da-da-dum. It's in the music.
We're not wrong.
We got the last word.
Okay, wow, that was gone.
That's classic.
Holy shit. It's
Yeah.
because we're working.
Learn it.
Okay, so second part, can we do that one? No. Second part, 1, 2, ready, and go. Oh, really right-handed. Yeah, that's right, Sammy.
Man, doing that
I saw that.
All right.
Where's my
time. Listen here.
Just feels incomplete without it.
So let's do now,
Do that one day march and it's gonna be the most.
punk, yeah.
Point to Tom.
It's in the music. It's in the music. Second ending, no repeat. No. Second ending, we'll have to put a second ending in there without that note.
Without that note.
Without this. All right, let's do the whole thing, and you guys have to add in the unisons now. Okay, unisons start on the
On
second
repeat?
measure. Just, yeah, on the second time through, correct. We're gonna play as notated right here. So I'll play lead right through the whole tune. You guys play unisons along with me, second time through all together, all right? 1, 2, 3, and go. All together. What interesting thing we're talking about? Second part. Don't play that. Okay, we don't, so actually, on the repeat, going into the second part, it's not supposed to play that little note, and although it's notated.
Just the first time and the
Just
repeat
the-
going back.
Just
into
going
it.
into the
Just the
second part.
tips do it.
That's correct.
So it's
And
a little-
tip will play the introductory beat. So I'm gonna start with an introductory beat into the second part. Together. No ending introductory. So that's really good. I'm impressed. I think our sound is not as good as it's going to be because we're all still sort of working on what is that sound and buzz rolls, especially. What are they supposed to sound like? It's going to be an ongoing thing for a while until we get it. But I think the sound is getting a nice little chorus sound going on here, and it's clean, relatively clean. When people know what they're doing, right? Not looking at you.
Oh,
I wasn't looking at him. I was gonna say that rhythm in the second part, dum bur rum bur rum, da 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 da.
It's
The tendency is to play that quick, like to get through it. And I'm gonna ask you to try to enjoy all that space that's between the notes. Da 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 da. Da 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 da, so da 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 da, as opposed to da 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 da, da 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 da.
Sounds like you're sneaking it in before the next beat.
Exactly that, exactly. Enjoy it, yeah. And it'll come out as not being rushed. Now, we're playing these relatively slow compared to what I think the band will end up doing. I think.
Just want to give us a little confidence. Now double it. Double
Well,
it.
this is 72, so that's almost that medium tempo.
Yeah. Which is,
It's pretty good, and it's not working yet. Yeah, nice and loose. So this is what, I think he wants, I really don't want to play it at 90, but. That's 88. Let's see, what we were at 72, let's try 80. So, dum, duz, dum, duz, new word. Unison means together, doesn't it? Which is crazy. We do it together. I'm just flabbergasted on it. I like it. I like it. I think it's going to be a really good scenario, right?
Yeah, the guys are sounding awesome.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. How far off are they from the existing floors?
Not far off at all.
No.
No,
I would think.
not by any.
And probably going to be cleaner sounding initially.
Oh my
think.
gosh, yes. Yeah. Especially with the focus of how you are teaching us with the dynamics, tempo, dynamics,
Dynamics, right?
dynamics.
Loose dynamics.
Dynamics.
Yeah. It just makes it more interesting. Yeah, it just makes it interesting, you know, makes
Yeah.
it more enjoyable.
Right.
An easy score can become complicated pretty quickly, you know? But once you get it in your hands, you know, it's not an issue. Let's go look at the flam cap. This is on page 37 of the book if you have it printed out. I have the copy here. I'll just put it there. Shut. I'm gonna take it back because I need it in my book because I'm gonna lose it otherwise. So flam taps are just gonna be a right hand flam and a right hand tap, a left hand flam, a left hand tap. Okay? So just try that. Right flam, left flam, left. We're setting up, right flam, right, left flam, flam. Yeah, think slowly. Right, tap, left flam, left tap. Right, tap, left flam. So here's what I'd like to hear when it's at speed, just because so I know you know and you get the feel of doing the flams in the proper sequence. See the distance in that flam? It's almost like two beats. And really, I'm purposely doing it pa because I know left, right, 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 left, left. Okay, because you can do this. Watch this. Did you see that?
No,
That's the sneaky left-hand flam. I set up like a left-hand flam, but I played the right one. See, I mean, people do. I know someone who did it their whole like playing career.
Yeah.
I can't play left flam. What do you mean you can't play left flam? No. It sounded just like it. Maybe you can't. My God, you've been doing that your whole time, the whole time, like the last 15 years I've known you. Why don't you know how to play left flam? I can't. No, I can't. Very fine. Yeah. Don't have the right flams. You could make them left, make it look.
Make it look like a. That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
It's almost harder.
It is. I don't know how we do it. Anyway, so right, and then left flam, left flam. Left flam, left tap, left flam, left tap. Okay, good. So we'll add that too, so you're gonna work up the speed of that, okay? So you're gonna do it the same way as you do any other movement. So now we're combining movements from this. These sticks sound so weird, don't they? Like bing, boom, bing. I don't know where I got these sticks from.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so you got this and this going together. So it's going to happen the same thing that happens in the long roll. You're going to have to stay loose to go quicker. So here's the secret. I don't want to do that for very long. It hurts. That's all fingers. I don't really care about the speed. I mean, I'm trying to do it quick, but I'm looking for the cleanliness and the flam being consistent. prop, 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 prop every time, not chop, chop, or pada, pada, pada. You gotta do the same every time. In other words, I like it loose and open. It's like a fairly tight flam. That's a loose flam. Pretty minute differences, but there's a sound difference. I think that if the sticks get too close together, that they don't complement, those two beats don't complement each other, they can cancel each other out. Now on a drum, you can hear the cancellation. In the pad, you can hear it a little bit, but that's the kind of sound we're looking for. Plop, 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 plop. All right, stopping this. How do you stop this? I don't know. It says learn more here.
Almost, huh? Huh?